Here's another one. Trust the omnipotence of God. Just turn back for a second, and we have only a second. Go back to 1 Samuel, if you can. You know, it's Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth. 1 Samuel, right there it is. It's very close to the front. And 1 Samuel 2 is a gold mine. It's Hannah's prayer that Mary quotes at Christmas. You know, the Magnificat of Mary. She's quoting Hannah. And Hannah kind of processes a couple of dozen great Old Testament passages from the Pentateuch into this prayer. And look what she says in 1 Samuel 2 and verse 6 and 7 and 8. It says, especially verse 7, the Lord makes poor and makes rich. He brings low and lifts up. Verse 8, he raises the poor from the dust. He lifts the beggar from the ash heap. He sets them among princes. You know what she's saying? Trust the omnipotence of God. God has the power. God has the authority. God has the right to do as he will. He is God. And part of our contentment is just saying, God, not to excuse my sin and my, deficiencies, but God, what you allow is good. I trust you. I embrace you. I am going to rest upon your omniscience and trust your omnipotence. But while you're in 1 Samuel, on your way back to Philippians, go to Lamentations. Now that's a fun one to find. Keep going, go to the middle, find Psalms, and then go to the right. Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Song of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, chapter 3. Lamentations 3:22. And as you're turning there, I want you to think about this. Contentment, when I embrace the goodness of God, the omniscience of God, and the omnipotence of God, it immediately begins working in my life that I realize my unworthiness. I am so unworthy of the attention of someone so good. I am so unworthy of the attention of someone that knows everything, especially about me. I am so unworthy of the power that's at work in my life of one that is all-powerful. And that knowledge of God breeds an awareness of my unworthiness. And Jeremiah put it best in Lamentations 3. Look at this. He's talking about a lesson Paul learned about his personal unworthiness. Paul said, I'm the chiefest of sinners. He says, I'm not worthy of anything. Jeremiah put it this way in 3:22. He says, through the Lord's mercies we're not consumed, because his compassions fail not. God is so compassionate, he's not burning me up. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. Now look what he says. The Lord is my portion. The Lord is all I need. The Lord is just what I need. The Lord is my portion. The Lord is my exact measure of what I need. It's interesting. It's only God's mercy that keeps any of us from being consumed by his wrath because of our sin. None of us are worthy of anything but hell. You know, when people say, well, I'm entitled to that. No, you're not. We're not entitled to anything but eternal destruction and separation from God. You know, we live in an entitlement-driven society and world. I mean, look how they're rioting in Greece because they don't want any of their entitlements lessened. And they're vital and important, and people are living on them. But we live in a world that expects to be given things. And God says, the only thing you deserve to be given is my wrath forever. And so Jeremiah agreed with that, and so did Paul. And he says, it's your mercy that keeps me from being consumed. And as we remember our personal unworthiness every day, it's a powerful antidote to pride. It's a powerful antidote to ingratitude and discontentment. Remember my personal unworthiness, Paul said.